Hey, it's To The Point with Mike, Leo, and Vince.
What's going on, guys?
Well, not much. How you guys doing?
Well.
Starting a little warmer tonight.
Look at here.
A little bit warmer than it's been.
Yeah, a little bit.
Not looking forward to the heat.
I'm not gonna say warm. I'm not gonna say warm. I'm gonna say humid.
Yeah.
It's very humid, like sticky. You know, a little stickiness. Sorry, I forgot we had a thing going on. I was just talking to Vince.
Definitely
but yeah, it was very humid, man. It feels humid.
Definitely the worst part of living in Florida is the humidity.
But then again, I mean, you live by the beach, Vince. I mean, how many times you go to the beach, you could just jump right into the ocean. And
there's people living in New York that have been on our beach more times than me already this year.
Right? I don't know how to go to the beach either, man. You know, it's not that I don't like going to the beach. It's just it's more of a hassle, you know. Like, you have to carry a lot of things just to go to the beach. You know, it's not just. At least for me, I mean, I got kids, so you got to deal with all that. You know, they just jump in, jump out. They don't care what it is. You know, so you have to prepare.
Never been a beach person.
Me either. The sand kind of bothers me a little bit too.
Grown up just down the street from it, so it's just
it's there, and it is what it is. You know, and then you got to put sunscreen. You know, you got to put sunscreen on too. You got to do all that, the whole 9 yards, and. Seems like the sand gets stickier on you when you got the sunscreen and the humidity and all that bullshit. So I don't even know why people like Trump decided to come and move to Florida.
Yeah. Now maybe if they let us drive our side by sides up and down the beach, then maybe
that'd be pretty cool, huh? That'd be dope.
I'd go out there and
you'd have to go down to the Daytona Beach.
I think that
maybe don't they have a beach that you could drive on?
Yeah.
Daytona.
There's an.
What is it? Daytona or
Daytona? There's.
Daytona. But Daytona.
There's other areas in Florida where you can do that. There's probably someplace on our coast closer.
No,
you don't think so?
No, not legally. I think that's one of the last beaches, and they might have even cut way back on that.
What's that?
During, like, I think COVID and stuff like that, because there was a lot of people going to the beach. They shut it down, I think. I don't know if they ever opened it back up or not. It's dangerous. People die every year from getting ran over. Like,
oh yeah. At the beach.
The beach sucks.
You think so, Mike?
I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
No.
Me either.
Sand everywhere.
I prefer to jump in. I prefer to jump.
See in the water. Right. There's fish in there.
Yeah, I prefer to jump in the pool than jump in the beach.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
Jump in the ocean. I mean, the ocean's nice and all, but I'm gonna be honest. This scares the shit out of me, man. One of them fucking rip currences, and one of them tie dyes, or one of them things fucking.
I've had one rip me under, like pull me under the water, and like.
Fuck that, boy.
I had my wind knocked out of me once from a wave.
That's some scary shit, man. Like that.
Well, when we went to the other coast, we went to a beach that was supposed to be like prime shell collecting, and it wasn't. There was a lot of shells, but we were wondering why nobody was in the water. And then while we were there, I guess because we were kind of like knee deep or something like that, some other people started going in, and this is the Gulf Coast. It wasn't until we left we realized there was a sign that they were talking about rip currents. And I was kind of surprised. I guess it's because it's between two islands. But it was Sanibel Island, in Cantina or Catalina Island. I'm not sure. What it's called.
Did you say it was pretty? It was still pretty destroyed.
Oh yeah, there was a hurricane over there back in September, from what I understand, and it's still pretty. For all the money that's over there, it's still pretty jacked up.
Right.
I was surprised. I was in Panama City just days after that hurricane hit, and it was comparable. And it's been months since it got hit over there.
Right. Yeah, I remember you went up there. It's been quite some time now, huh?
I don't know.
Some time now?
Panama's been at least a couple years now.
Couple years now. Yeah, it's been some time now.
Well, I don't even remember the hurricanes. I kind of like fade them out. I know names of them, but I don't know which one was which.
Yeah, I don't. Man, so many that we've had. So many, we've had so many throughout the whole year. I mean, main ones
throughout the years.
Yeah,
there's
throughout
been
the
so
years.
many of them. Yeah, it's like,
sometimes they name them, and we go through so many of them that we don't even hear about these, where they're just out in the ocean, out like in no danger or whatever, but they still name them. It's weird.
Yeah, once they turn into an actual, what is it?
Depression.
Tropical cyclone.
Depression.
Tropical cyclone. It's
Yeah, I don't even pay
They-
attention
they
to them
name 'em.
anymore until they're like 4 or 5 days away from supposedly hitting us. Then it's like, okay, we might
Right.
actually have to deal with this.
Huh.
But
Well,
Yeah,
knock
it's
on
crazy.
wood. I
hopefully
mean,
we
hurricane
won't have to
season's
deal with
coming
it
up
this
soon,
year.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Hurricane
Yeah,
season's
hurricane
coming up
season.
soon.
It's right around the corner. When does it start?
June.
yeah, I don't know if official
I'm
start
not
time,
sure.
but
I don't know. This, I'm
pretty as much as
Whatever.
as,
Hey, listen, we lived
Yeah.
here. At least I've lived here my entire life, and I don't even know when fucking hurricane season starts.
all I know is it's when it's hot.
June or July, and it goes all the way until November.
Gets hot.
From what
you
I
get,
understand.
you get a hurricane.
I just know shit gets serious whenever that one guy that comes on the TV channel,
Jim Cantori.
Yeah.
It's
Wherever,
fucking,
if he's in
it's
your
fucking
town,
down
you
the
need to
street. You
evacuate.
need to get the fuck
Yeah.
out. That's all I know.
Yeah. Jim
You know,
Cantori's over there.
If he's in your
Vero
county,
Beach.
if he's in your
Alright,
county,
yeah.
you need to get the fuck out.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
God I'm on the other side of the 95 corridor, so I've got a little bit of protection. But I mean, we've seen what the one hurricane did. What was it? 2000? I don't even know.
Well,
but it
we
got
had-
Okeechobee pretty bad.
We had
That's middle of the state.
yeah, going
Yeah.
way back to 04 when we had 2 of them that hit us within
Yeah, I'm
Within
good.
a-
You good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
within
You
a
over
few
there
weeks. We
figuring-
had two pretty good sized hurricanes in 04 that hit us back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty crazy time.
We had more than two.
Well,
I
it
think
was
that was the
two within, like,
Gene,
3
the
weeks.
Francis, and Irma ended up getting us within like a month and a half or something like that.
well, yeah. I'm talking about direct hit for us.
Yeah.
It was 2. Irma was a little different spot, I think, but
Yeah.
not
Think,
far.
like I said again, I think that was the one. But I just
I
remember
don't know,
getting
man. I
smacked
just
3
know the real
times.
big ones, man. That like hit us like was an impact to us.
Yeah. So I'm sure y'all. I mean,
No, we
have heard
No,
that the
Mike.
No, we
No.
have not heard.
Trump's been arrested or
What?
he's turned
What?
himself in. Yeah.
What?
Well, I know you guys wanted to talk about that.
that
so,
criminal?
yeah.
What?
So
You talking about the criminal that's got
Yeah.
34,
Oh my goodness!
Well,
34 charges or
it's
something like that against him?
34 counts of I forget exactly what the terminology is, but the DA is like a state DA trying to charge him on federal crimes.
What?
That's federal agencies have already looked into and said there was no wrongdoing.
Well, I, for
Yeah.
one, will not stand for voting for a criminal.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's what they want
Yeah.
people to think. And
But
trying
this DA, like, it's 30, like, if found guilty, which it's probably not going to happen because it's
yeah,
I don't know.
It's-
There's evidence to say otherwise
it's-
from the people who are key
It's just gonna
witnesses
get-
of them contradicting themselves already. So,
it's just to run
Yeah.
them through the muck as much as they can.
well,
That's
definitely,
the
it's
name
to
of the
tie
game.
them up
the
during
name of the
campaign
game.
season. The next appearance isn't until December into January, and yeah, the next the next court appearance isn't until like December 4th. They said so, and then they're going to drag it out. It's to tie him up during campaign season.
Right.
But it's not going to stop them.
No.
What'll stop them if they put him on like a flight restriction or
Right.
a gag order where he can't talk about it, which they thought they were going to do. But he left Mar-a-Lago the other day, like he said, and he flew to New York. And the next day he went to the courthouse where he was technically in police custody. But there was no handcuffs. There was no mugshot.
Did he even spend an hour there?
I think so.
Maybe.
I think that was like the way that they can really screw him is by tie him up there in court.
Yeah, but he was out the next day.
He was out the same day.
Yeah.
He was back on the plane to Mar-a-Lago that night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
he
all.
flew up there, stayed the night, went to the courthouse next day. Then he, flew back to Mar-a-Lago. I think, what was it? Not yesterday or the day before? Was it
Maybe.
yesterday? Yeah, I think it was yesterday. I don't know. My
yesterday.
days are confused. But, and he had a pretty powerful speech, but it was a little somber too, just, because he talking about what he's going through. And this is not going to be the only indictment you see on the president, because there's another rogue DA, I believe, in Georgia, and another one in DC, I believe, and it had to do with those documents that they illegally raided Mar-a-Lago for that were already documented and under secure protection. they're not even using the right law to go after him because he would have been innocent. So now they're going after him for espionage, which could be punishable by death. So in his speech, he brought that up. He's like, now because there's an act called the Criminal Presidential Records Act or something like that, where he can declassify whatever he wants. And sometimes it's literally just like clothes or menus or rosters or donors or, just it could be anything stupid. So he drew the difference between him and Joe Biden pretty clearly. And it's kind of, like, he's in it to win it. But he also looked a little exhausted from it, like he's been put through some shit.
Yeah.
And he spelled that out too, and his family's been put through a lot too.
And that was one of
just
the things,
for trying to do the right thing.
That's one of the things we had talked about that before. It's almost like, man,
why would anybody want to do that?
Why do you want to put yourself through this again? Because they're gonna attack even worse this time, and to me, it just shows that he really cares about what he's trying to do, because he ain't doing it for the money. He can make more money when he's not the president. So I just think he's in it because he really is trying to try to fix a system that's broke.
I agree. Do you?
No, I agree that he's trying to fix.
Yeah.
He's trying to fix something.
I do.
But
he's more polished, I felt, in the past couple weeks. He's a little more political. Like in
a good
fine-tuned.
He has to.
Yeah.
He has to.
Yeah, and I think so. But he's also
biting his fucking tongue until he's president and is in charge again. And that's when he's gonna spit his tongue back out again to him, And he's not, and it's. I'd be pretty upset if I was him.
Well, yeah.
I'm upset right now.
The thing
I'll tell you why I'm upset.
He knew it was coming,
Vince.
He knew it was coming.
Vince, I'll tell you why I'm
He
upset.
called it. He called it ahead of time.
Well, we knew it was just a matter of time.
I'll tell you why I'm upset, though.
Leo.
And
this
DA's office actually looked into the same crimes and didn't see anything to it.
Right.
So when this guy was asked about it, he's like, well, they didn't have the same evidence I have now. So.
Right. Okay. So this is why I'm not upset, but just like, why are we wasting time and money?
Yeah.
Literally.
It's all bullshit.
Literally, we're wasting time and money on somebody that, okay, he paid or didn't pay, or who paid this or who paid that. Okay? Somebody's a fucking snitch at the end of the day. Somebody's a fucking snitch.
Well, it's
okay,
his
but
own
let's be honest.
fixer-upper.
Right. Somebody's a fucking snitch at the end of the day.
That's a normal thing in our government anyway.
It is. I understand. Okay. But back again, we're wasting time and money on this stupid. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, his
I
fixer-upper, his lawyer
Right.
from when he was in New York, is the one who... It all has to do with this Stormy Daniels, this freaking porn star who will just not go away. And it was all to get money out of him. And she even made a statement.
Okay, but she
like
got
a
her money.
sworn
She got what she
statement.
wanted.
Well, she did. And she even made the sworn statement already back, I don't know, 2016, that it was just for the money. Michael Cohen paid her and told her it was from campaign funds at the time, which is bullshit. You can't trust Michael Cohen because he's a backstabbing liar. He's a slime ball New York attorney, and literally went to jail for lying.
And that's what a lawyer does. I mean,
Okay,
Right.
but listen, this is what I'm gonna tell you.
your
This
job is to lie.
right, but this is
No, like dirty
right,
lying.
but this is stupid though. Like, we're wasting money on this. Whatever happened to the Epstein kids?
right, and nobody's
Kids.
been indicted from that.
Kids. This is now we're talking about kids, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's all concerned about kids are getting shot, kids are getting, but we're wasting our fucking time on Trump. Why?
Right.
Why?
Right.
Why?
Because he's running for
Because
president.
it's
We forgot about the kids that just got shot not a
elections.
week.
Oh no,
a week ago?
because they're storming the Tennessee Capitol. Anti-gun people are storming the Tennessee Capitol.
You know, I know,
but you don't see any of
but
them
you don't
getting
see it,
charged with
exactly.
insurgency.
Exactly. You know,
Yeah,
we're wasting
yeah.
time on, okay, he paid her. Okay, big deal. That happens every single day. People's getting paid off somewhere, one way or another. You know? And we're just waiting.
And
They're
can
just
I-
getting in
can I
his
be
way.
honest with you?
They're just getting in his way to become president
Can
because
I-
they're going to be like,
Can
oh,
I be
you're a
honest with
felon.
you too?
What is it? Vince?
Even if all of it's fucking true, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't
he
give a
still has
fuck.
my vote.
Yeah, like who cares? That's what I'm saying.
Well,
It's
even
like who
more so
cares?
Even more so
I-
now.
I don't
Like,
even
I was
care.
I was a Trumper before.
Okay, if the stripper or whatever she is, was she of age?
Oh yeah, she was.
Okay.
She was pretty much.
Okay,
I mean, well, it was an NDA,
listen.
and that's what you know what an NDA is. It's a non-disclosure agreement, and people in high positions in any field, not just politicians, but like news people, athletes.
So what's in
They
what is
do
it called?
these with. They're called NDAs.
What is an NDA?
A non-disclosure agreement, and it's pretty much
Paid to keep your mouth
Let's
shut.
say you're a rock star,
You're not
you
to
know,
talk
and you
about it
get
anymore.
you get a little side piece on the while you're out on the road. You know,
Right.
pretty much she signs over that she's not going to talk about it. You're paying her $100,000. She's, you know, she can't ever talk about it. Or
So
you can
these
turn
things
around
are
and
out
sue her,
there?
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're
What
very
the
common.
fuck?
Very
And that's
common.
exactly what this was, but it didn't have Trump's name on it at all. His slimy attorney did it. So this DA is claiming that they had some kind of scheme going on where
Was he in office? Was he in office when this
seek out
happened?
any negative
Okay,
attention.
so then who the fuck cares?
Well, because he was a candidate for office at the time.
But he wasn't president.
I don't know, but either way,
Quite frankly, I don't either way. I don't care.
This is
Okay,
how
well maybe
bad
his
it's
slime.
been.
Okay, well
So-
maybe his slime. Did he get rid of his slimy?
it was like
Lawyer-
$130,000 they paid her.
How much?
So get $130,000. So
Okay, so his slimy. So you said
Keep
his
that in mind.
So listen. His does he still have his slimy lawyer that he had that threw him under
no,
the bus?
he bashes him. Michael Cohen will talk to
So-
whoever will put him on camera.
Oh, so it was Michael Cohen.
yeah,
That was who he threw him under the bus.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. But hey, this is if I was Trump, I'd be like, hey man, I'm sorry you didn't get to nut, but I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
My bad, bro. I'm sorry. I'm the one with the money. You want one too? Here,
Yeah.
I'll pay for yours too, man. Not a problem, bro. I got you. But he's a fucking snitch, man. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's a slimy attorney.
That's some fucked up shit, man. He was trying to
so-
get more money than he was already getting.
Well, Trump turned his back on
and now
him.
look, motherfucker.
Trump- what
now
happened
look.
was
You know
Trump
what Trump
turned
told
him-
his ass? You're
Yeah.
fired.
Yeah, well, that's what it was. Trump
Fired, motherfucker.
Trump turned his back on
Fucking
him.
Snitch.
Trump-
Bitch.
Trump turned his back on him.
Fuck that
And
shit.
because he seen how slimy he was, and then he just like stabbed Trump in the back every chance he gets.
Well, and
Yeah,
I'm
man.
I'm
Come on,
sure-
man. That's some fucked up
Not
shit,
just
man.
that. I'm sure.
He's
I'm
getting
sure
paid from the other party.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the same thing. I'm sure he's getting paid.
Vince, I saw your
Somebody-
bubble.
Somebody's paying him. Yeah, yeah I was
Who,
thinking the
Cohen?
exact same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Somebody
getting
now
Fuck
is-
yeah, he's getting
Oh,
paid, man.
Absolutely, yeah.
Fuck yeah, he's getting paid. He's getting
For
paid by
sure.
the other party, man. Shit.
Yeah,
I
so
already know.
So they're I mean, to get back to it, they're charging Trump with 34 counts of like bad business practices,
Ooh.
which if concurrent could get him up to like 130 years. Because it's like 3 years of charge or something like that.
How many
Something
years?
Like 130 years. Which it's not going to stick. I mean, there's just so much out there.
I want to
saying-
see how much this
So-
lawyer's
so-
gonna. I want to see how much this lawyer's gonna make, or how much this.
So Trump
Not
made
just
out
that.
on.
How much is the
Yeah.
fucking?
So hold on. Listen to this. Besides what's going on right now, already Trump's been in court. His legal team's been fighting these battles with this freaking hooker for years now.
fuck, man. I just
So
told that bitch, you
over
want
like
more money, bitch?
he made money on it. He made money on it because it
Is
cost
this
him.
where he? Is this
she
where they
was like
got the?
100 and
I grabbed her
something
by the. I grabbed her
No,
by
I
the
don't
cat.
think so. No, that's somebody else probably.
Oh.
But he, it was like $100,000, right? It cost him for the evening. Well, anyways, with
Man, that's a
throughout
lot of
all
fucking
the
money.
throughout multiple court battles, Trump has won legal fees back from her. She's in debt to Trump for over $600,000 now. With
Good.
this latest one that actually just got ruled
Good.
on yesterday.
But yet
the
they're
same
still,
day.
But
But
you
they're
know
still
what?
using it.
While
But you know what?
Trump-
She's doing it just to ruin his fucking career
Well,
being a
well,
president. and all
while
that
Trump
stuff.
was
I know
in
she
the
is.
air,
she's getting paid too.
She's getting paid right
while
now. too,
Trump was in
absolutely.
the air flying back from New York City to Mar-a-Lago, Florida, a judge ruled in a different case in a different district that Stormy Daniels' legal team owes Trump in excess of $122,000 or something like that in legal fees. And it's not the only case. So already that will bring her up to like $600,000 in debt to, Trump's legal fees in multiple court battles across the country.
that shows you just how much they're reaching to use this.
Well, you got a crazy DA, and he's supposedly
Okay,
backed
so
by Soros
where's
Foundation.
the what is it called? The NFA or what is it called? The thing that is called whenever you pay somebody off.
NDA?
Oh, NDA.
NDA. So where's the NDA that she's getting from?
Technically, she should have to pay that back.
She's already, she's getting an NDA from somebody else that's paying her off all this money to spit out all
Well,
this shit.
her original lawyer
Come on,
was
man.
Michael Avenatti, and he was a
Slimy
you
motherfuckers.
knew-
Their name is just
Yes,
sounds
they are.
slimy like a
Slimy
motherfucker.
New York
boy.
attorneys.
So does
and
mine though.
Michael Avenatti and Michael Cohen. I
Shout
think it
out.
was Michael Avenatti. I don't know, but he's in jail too. He's actually
Fucking
still in jail.
slimy motherfucker.
And yeah, he's in jail for lying also. So about all this stuff too.
all of them.
Yeah, so it's just a mess. They're doing whatever they can to keep the guy from running for president again, and it's just fueling the base,
It's working too, man.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking
Well,
working,
man,
like
it's working in the good, I think. In 5 hours.
But you know what? I think it's
in-
gonna backfire on them because
in
people are
one
fucking
day-
gonna come out and even vote even more.
In one day, he raised $5 million. Right after the indictment, the leak was, out that he was going to be indicted. He raised $5 million just in campaign contributions.
For what?
People saying that he's going to be. I gotta
People-
get behind him.
Yeah, people. It's just people saying,
people
"Hey, we're still
inspired
going to
that are
support
going to
you."
support him, and they say it's new money.
And
also.
they pay money. They send
Well,
money
You donate money to the campaign. Yeah.
for what? Like what is he? But what is
That's
he?
Whatever
that's
helps
the way-
him run for president.
That's why anybody that runs for president, they always get
Yeah.
campaign money donated to them.
The first time around, he did it out of his own pocket.
Did he really?
Yeah. Yeah, it was like he didn't get any big major donors. I mean, you probably could have done.
So how much money did you say he got? Just now?
5 million and like
Whoa, yeah, the campaign like 5 million
million?
in like less than 8 hours. It was like
$5 million
in
in less
donations.
than fucking
small donations, not like big donors. Just like
Still
there's
though,
a
man.
limit. There's a
People-
limit. Like
still.
there's
people like
limits
me
on
and
how
you
much
that
can
just
donate.
say, "Hey,
Yeah.
here's $20 or $100."
There's a limit on how much you can donate to a candidate.
So then what does he do? So then what does he do with that money?
It's the campaign.
I'm
It
just
goes
saying,
to the campaign.
I know, but I'm just saying for the people that are
So,
like listening to
there's
us, they can
lots and
understand like
lots.
what this means.
There's lots and lots of laws on what you can do with them, what that money can pay for,
Right.
and how you can spend that money. And
I'm guessing that goes for like shirts and signs, and
yeah,
I'm sure you gotta
Yeah,
pay
it
your
goes
campaign
commercials.
manager, right? You have a campaign
Yeah.
manager; he's got to get paid
Commercials,
too, right?
stuff
Maybe.
like that.
Was it volunteering work?
well, it depends on what kind of
I
campaign
mean,
you're on.
even just paying for hotels
Depends,
and flights while you're traveling to
Yeah, there's a
do the
lot-
campaigning. There's
Lots
a lot
of
of
expenses, so I'm sure it's the expenses paid.
Hey,
A
Listen.
good campaign manager is not free.
Oh no,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
But it's crazy, the political world, if you've ever delved into how
yeah.
it's
Well,
structured.
I'm just
What I learned
So I'm just trying to
locally-
learn. I'm trying to learn
Yeah.
this and have people understand what they're saying because hey, one of these days y'all might see me up there at the fucking school board. I might run for
So
something.
I
Shit.
believe,
They got all these people
There
up
you
there.
go.
speaking
Shit.
of, well, hold on.
There you go.
Speaking of
They got all these
campaign,
people out there. Shit, I can stay up there. Shit.
you have to do classes on campaign finance too, and I believe locally there's some.
You want to join me?
And because locally I learned that the campaign manager, after the campaign's over, let's say you lose your bid for school board,
Right.
campaign manager takes that money and decides where it goes.
okay.
It's got to go to another campaign or another, fundraiser or something
Right.
like that. You don't it's not your money.
Right.
It's your campaign's money. So you sometimes, locally, I think it was that one.
Right.
The one candidate we would see at the school board meeting always taking notes. I think
Right.
I think it was her manager
right.
took her money,
Right.
took the money and ran. Are you okay over there, Leo?
Yeah. Took your money and ran.
I think he took the money and put it in
Damn.
somebody else's campaign.
Damn.
Or didn't.
Or
I don't
didn't.
know. I don't know. I heard there was lawsuits, but I don't know facts. I'm not.
Right.
That's why I don't want to
Throw people out there. Yeah,
I
yeah,
wash
right.
my hands of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I see
because
what you're saying.
I don't.
Yeah. Just.
I don't want to get in trouble naming names because they're
I
not
hear
in
you.
the public profile anymore. That
Yeah.
I know of. But anyways, so yeah, Trump got indicted. He was arrested. No mugshot, no fingerprints.
No, nothing?
No perp walk. I mean, you've seen him go in and out, but
So there's no fingerprints? They didn't get fingerprinted?
he's probably already fingerprinted. But the
Well,
Yeah. I mean,
Or no mugshot either?
no, the Secret Service.
still uses presidential.
I guess the
campaign
Secret
photo.
Service was in charge of all that, like how
Yeah.
it was going to go down, and they pretty much told them how it would go, and
So
what
why
the
did he-
president was agreeing to.
Okay, so why did they give him certain privileges?
I mean, they didn't really, but what it
I mean-
could have gone sour because the judge could have.
I mean,
issued
that's
a
what I'm
gag
saying.
order.
Yeah.
Now, if
Here-
the judge issued a gag order,
So,
that means
that's
he
what it
couldn't
was
talk
called.
about it.
Who, the judge?
Yeah, if the judge would have issued the gag order, that means you can't talk.
What's the
about,
gag order?
You mean you can't talk about the case at all?
Who?
Whoever he gags, like not literally like
Right.
dog collar gag, but like
You go to
You know,
jail.
like-
if you go to jail if you
it's
talk about
it's
it.
it's a
Right.
legal term. You can't talk about it. You gag.
So
Nothing about the case. You can't talk about the DA.
So,
you
and-
can't talk about the judge.
And
You
here's the
can't
thing.
talk about the witnesses. You can't talk about yourself about it.
If they had dragged
and they
him,
would get him in the mud.
If
But
they
they
would've
didn't
dragged-
do that. The judge didn't
if they
do that.
if they
Why didn't the
dragged him
judge do
through
that?
the muck more though, if they had made a big deal about it, put him in handcuffs, did a mug shot, put him behind bars for overnight, stuff like that, that $5 million that he raised in like 8 hours, you said, probably would have been more like
Triple.
20.
So the judge didn't do that.
why not?
Ironically, I don't know, but ironically,
that's
the
it.
judge's daughter works for Kamala Harris, the vice president, and did
So how much is the judge
and
getting
did
paid?
campaigning for somebody else.
How much is he getting paid? Because I see he's getting paid.
Well,
Where-
but the
where's-
judge can
where-
always issue. A
where's
gag
that-
order.
where's
It
that-
doesn't- it's
where's
not
that-
limited.
Judge is probably smart. He knows who the next president's going to be.
Well, he's already Trump's attacking him, so like, just be prepared. It's almost like
So Trump has the thing on. Is there a YouTube video that I can watch about him saying a speech or something?
I don't. Yeah, you can probably find it on YouTube, or you can go to his Truth Social or Rumble. He's got a Rumble also, which you should sign up for Rumble and follow us on Rumble.
He's on
because-
Rumble too?
Yes, that's the
Yeah,
Trump
so
is on
are we.
Rumble?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're on Rumble.
yeah. Which yeah,
Some badass shit.
yeah, we're on Rumble, but we don't have any followers. So let's. If you're on Rumble and you listen to us,
I don't even know what Rumble is.
it's another app.
Yeah.
Like another
another
platform?
social app where you can follow
cool.
big names in politics or news or anything really. It's like a
Much smaller.
It's like a Twitter,
smaller
but it's-
Instagram or
it's
Twitter.
rising in video content.
Right.
So we put our video on there in hopes one day we have enough views we can buy ourselves a cup of coffee from Dunkin' or something like that, you know. But yeah, you can monetize it just like you can on YouTube, which really we're not doing. But anyways, you guys want to take a break? Come back.
Yeah, we'll take a
there's
quick
other
little break.
There's quite a bit of other news that we didn't really get into, but we're gonna take a break and we'll be back.
All right.
And now we're back. You guys back with me here?
Yes,
So-
100%.
Yeah, I was. I don't know if you know who the guy is, but just recently today, I saw breaking news that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. filed papers to run for president, and it's important because he's running as a Democrat. That's what he is. He's a Democrat, but authentically, I would say, not ironically, he's anti-vax, and he's more of your libertarian kind of guy. Let me see
He's
if
not
I can-
as far left as.
No, he's more old school liberal. You know, being a liberal used to not be a bad word. You know,
No.
back in the day, being a liberal was the right thing to be, and now it's gone extreme. You know, now they just counter it by calling the right extreme rights and Nazis and stuff like that. But Robert, he's got a speech impediment, and it's supposedly due to a vaccine, he claims. So don't mind Leo over here. It's at the second part of the show we do under a black light, I guess.
Monkey.
But Robert F. Kennedy. So I don't know if you can see it or not. I can't stand this guy, anyways, who shared the information, Brian Krasenstein.
Yeah.
What's that, Leo? Hold on. Let me pull it back up. No. No. Not at all. Yeah, that's better. There we go. But yeah, Robert F. Kennedy, he's running as a Democrat against Joe Biden in the primary. So he filed papers, so now there will be a Democratic primary. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting because we were waiting to see if somebody was going to challenge Joe Biden, and now I wonder what kind of support from the Democratic side he's going to get, garner, because he's a Democrat. He's the nephew of the former president John F. Kennedy, who was assassinated.
I mean, I don't think he's going to get. I think he's going to get support from some of the people, but I think as far as support from the people that are truly running that party at the moment, I don't know if he's going to get that, because they want the extreme left.
Yeah. So I don't know. They want somebody they can control.
Right. I don't think they would be able to control him like they would want to.
Right. So CNN says environmental lawyer and anti-vaccine activist Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has filed paperwork with the Federal Election Commission to run for president in 2024 as a Democrat. The filing was confirmed Wednesday by his campaign treasurer. Names the guy. I don't know any of his names. But the 69-year-old is the son of former New York Senator, U.S. Attorney General, and assassinated 1968 presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy, who was the Kennedy who should have been president. I didn't live in that time, but from what I've learned from like my father and my grandfather, he was the Kennedy who should have been president. Never was. And he was the nephew of John F. Kennedy,
right,
who was president. So some of this article's cut off from what I'm reading, but it'll be interesting. He's going to be challenging Joe Biden, so I wonder what kind of support he's going to get from the left.
So he's going to be supporting Joe Biden?
He's
Running again.
He's running
against Joe.
Joe
Who's this
Biden.
again?
Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
And he is the son of who? Just to verify.
He just woke up. Just to verify.
No, just
Leo
to verify.
woke up.
No. I'm just saying this, he was assassinated. But I'm trying to
His
figure out.
uncle was the president who was assassinated.
But you just said that he was supposed to be. He was technically the one that was.
He's
his brother.
His father.
So
His father was assassinated also. So John F. Kennedy, the president, was assassinated.
Right.
And Robert F. Kennedy was his brother, who was the attorney general, was also assassinated.
And
he was running for president. And he would have been probably
the best.
Probably the dying breed of the liberals, probably, that were good for America.
Right.
And he didn't make it. And that's the Kennedy that probably should have been the president.
Right.
Before his brother.
But now his son.
From what I've learned from opinion. I don't know. I didn't live in that time.
But now it's his son that is running.
It's his son now, 69-year-old environmental lawyer and anti-vaccine.
Why now, though? At 69 years old? Why is he
still
because
younger
he's a Democrat. He's a Democrat.
But he's still younger than Biden and Trump.
Yeah. He's also against the digital currency and the New World Order type shit. So he's gonna appeal to some people, I think, in the middle.
Right. So if you're in the middle,
could be a little detrimental to Trump.
Right.
But that's if it was in a three-way.
But
I think that's only if it's in a three-way.
Here's the thing, yeah, because it's going to be down to it'll either be down to him or Biden when it goes up against Trump.
Probably, or just him and Trump.
Right.
Which I wouldn't be surprised.
It'll be one Democrat.
To see
what does this guy look like, Mike? Pull him up, man. I don't know what this guy
did.
looks like.
Probably looks like a Kennedy.
You think so?
Yeah.
I have never even heard of him. That's why I was asking.
There you go.
Was that him right there?
Yeah. He's a good guy. I've seen him speak before. He seems
Is he?
more conservative than he is liberal. But I mean, he's too much government for me either way. But
Yeah, he's going to pull votes from people that are on the fence.
you got
your people that cannot stand Joe Biden.
He's been around forever.
And you got your people that cannot stand Donald Trump. And there's people that can't stand either one of them. So he's like the perfect candidate for them. But he should he's going to hurt Biden more than he's going to hurt Trump.
So he's
going to
like
be
that
one of the.
other
It's going to either
candidate we
be
had
him
at
or
one
Biden
point.
against Trump. So he's not going to hurt Trump. He's going to hurt Biden.
Well, you're right. I don't know if he'll beat Biden for the primary. I don't know.
I don't think he will either.
Only
But-
if everybody abandons Biden
I'm gonna
Or
have to
he
listen.
drops
I'm gonna
out.
have to listen to this guy talk.
or he drops out. I don't
Well,
know.
hey, if you listen to Joe Biden talk, you won't vote for Joe.
Let me see if there's anything with him on there. I got him on Twitter.
That's
but-
just stupid, man. I just can't get over it. Like, we're wasting so much money on Trump, just blowing money on this guy's case, man. Like, that's taxpayers' money, man. Like, these people don't see this shit. They're seeing that, oh yeah, we're doing this to this president, but they're not seeing. You're stupid, bro. You're stupid because you're paying for this shit. It's coming out of your pocket. You're paying for all this bullshit. And you don't even know it, but you're just so happy because, oh my God, they got Trump. They got Trump. Oh my God, you know. Shut the fuck up.
They didn't get him.
Yeah, just shut up.
You know? Shut up. Be worried about the kids. Be worried about how come, no, like we were saying, nobody has about those, the island boys, or not the island boys. the fucking,
Damn. Hey, I'm an island.
what's his name?
They got famous. They got millions.
Yeah, what was his name though?
I don't know. Who are you talking about?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Epstein. Like
Oh.
nobody said anything about that, you know.
No.
They shut up about that. Nobody
He
said
killed
anything,
himself.
you know, like that was it, you know. But still, how many
Yeah,
other people
man.
were there?
Oh.
Nobody said anything about the laptop anymore, about Joe Biden's
Oh.
son's laptop.
Yeah.
Nobody got arrested for
That's-
that. I
that's
mean,
all
Joe
been-
was the one who had the
that's
phone
all been-
recording.
Brushed under the rug.
You know. How about the Bill Clinton guy that got a fucking blowjob at the fucking office?
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton, yeah.
Yeah.
They got
That
a
guy,
blowjob
that
at the
guy.
fucking
How
office.
about Hillary Clinton that deleted 33,000 emails? or
Nobody
some
got
bullshit?
arrested there. Nobody got, you know.
How many? It was like.
But all these people are
Ridiculous
Christians,
amount.
you know. All these people are Christians. They go to church. They go do this. They do this and they do that. Kiss my ass.
I'm looking for video.
You know, it's like, oh, you're gonna tell me that you're perfect. You know that you gotta dig through somebody's fucking. You gotta go literally back years and years to dig through stuff. You don't have anything else better to do with your life.
I've always said
Instead of moving
I
forward,
hate-
you're moving backwards.
I hate
man.
the fact that our country, with politics, it's all about
Stupid.
smear campaigns.
Yeah, it is.
And I hate that. I mean,
so
you
do
know, there's
I.
always
I
going to be
hate it.
some, but the problem is like there's no line anymore. They just,
I could just.
it's all
I
smear
think it would. I think it'd be more if people would be more honest and be straight up front and be like, "Hey, this is what it is. Hey,
Yeah.
you don't like me? Hey, go talk to Vince. Vince has this, and this. I'm not gonna bash you.
Back in the day, it was more.
You know,
They told you what they're going to do for you. Yes, there was some smear campaign. You always got to say the negative, a little
right?
bit of
Yeah, a
negative.
little bit.
Like this guy's going to do this. I ain't going to do that. I'm going to do this for you because it's going to
Right.
benefit you. You know, that kind of
Right.
stuff is the way
Or
it used
come to an
be.
agreement.
But
Okay,
now,
well,
now the smear campaign, it's just it's really sad, you know. But
You know what
you
they
have
should
to
do?
do it.
yeah. You know what they should do though? Is say, okay, who's gonna be the president, and then whoever doesn't win as a president has to be the vice president.
Some countries do that kind
Yeah.
of. They,
And just
they do
fucking
more
just-
of a runoff.
And then they say we have to work together now.
Yeah.
There's no other way out.
Sometimes it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Okay, well then, as
Well,
Trump would say,
nowadays,
fire.
Nowadays, they just, if they don't like who they're working with, they'll just go after them with indictments, tie them up in legal fees to where they'd have to resign anyways. Cancel culture is like horrible because they take you right out. They take away your livelihood. Even the dudes that rely on YouTube to monetize. Hopefully, we don't.
So
get
listen,
flagged just for
so
mentioning
listen,
it.
we're just fixing to give up like our rights for everything. Like we're literally just
Well, they
fixing
make it convenient.
you know, like literally
Make it
we're,
convenient.
we're literally just gonna like just
The
say here
digital
you go,
dollar's
here you,
coming.
yeah,
It's
here you
coming.
go, government.
Yeah.
Take in charge of me. You tell me what to do. You tell me how to do it. You know, you tell me everything, literally like everything. You know,
Yeah, that's
Just
how they
sad.
want it, and that's how people.
Well, were you
most
and I talk-
people
right,
want that.
yeah. Were
They
you
want
and I?
the easy way.
Yeah. Were you and I talking about death the other day at work about buying our own lots and our own plots or something like that? Man?
Not me.
Must have been somebody
Well, we've
else.
talked about it before in the past. Like, just you don't have to buy me no property.
No,
Let me sail on the wind or flush me down the toilet. I don't care. I'm gone.
you think so, Mike?
Yeah, man. Don't take up no space with me. Don't carry me. What are you gonna do? What do you think they're gonna? I don't know how it is.
But then you're not gonna recycle into the earth, man, and give us some more oil and give us produce some more
sure.
stuff.
Whatever, wherever you put me, it's going back to the earth. Like that's what I'm saying. Don't like. What do you expect? You think your great grandkids who never met you are gonna keep toting you around?
So that's what I was. See, that's
where
where I was.
are you gonna go,
Mike.
I mean, you can get.
Where you
You
talking
can-
about your ashes?
Yeah, you can get put
Well, a lot
at a
of people
crematory,
spread 'em.
like a mausoleum, or spread them. But like some people, they don't do that.
So let me ask you this:
Come back in
right?
an urn.
Some people end up, they probably throw them in the damn trash can nowadays.
I see the meme. Somebody posted it. A meme. There was a, what is it called? An urn? Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Was at a Goodwill for $20 or $12, and they opened it up, and there's still the fucking ashes.
It's crazy, isn't it?
The
I mean, that's
fuck,
sad,
Mike?
though,
What
but,
if
like,
you ended up in a fucking Goodwill like that, man?
somebody should have checked it. Somebody should have checked it.
Maybe
Said,
it was a
"Nah."
prank, but still, though, man, like it
Maybe.
don't matter, you know,
Well,
like
they-
it's
whatever
kinda,
gets dropped off, somebody appraises everything that comes through. But
somebody should have checked it.
Once I'm dead,
But-
I don't really care. Do whatever the hell you want.
but
with my body.
see, but I was thinking the other day.
But-
chances are I'm not going to know my
but
grandkids or great grandkids.
I think
That's where I was gonna
yeah,
go, Mike.
I think I'd rather.
don't expect
I'd
them to
rather be
carry me
burned than get buried, and then
Yes,
like 20
please.
years later, a bulldozer undigs my
Yeah.
fucking bones or whatever.
Yeah, because we're going to run out of property.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't know, man. Like I can remember stories of back in my hometown, the city over had like
Just
it's
put more.
up north, and there was a cemetery on a hillside that was really affected during a flood back like
Yeah.
before I was even born.
Yeah.
And it was like caskets floating down the river and shit like that. And it's like
Here's the thing, though.
took out half the hillside.
Here's the thing. With the way things are going
So
now,
scary, man. Don't
Shit.
put me in the ground.
the way things are going now, this world ain't gonna be here much longer.
So listen,
We're gonna
so
wipe
I was,
ourselves
so
out.
just thinking just now, you know, I like
Give
to,
me a Viking
I like to think.
ceremony
So
for like
after so many years or after so many generations, when do you think we're gonna be forgetting about? Like when are they gonna even be like, oh, who's Mike? Who's Leo? Who's Vince?
I
Who
don't
are
know.
those
it's
people?
sad when
Not
you
that.
think about that.
Pretty
because
much.
you rely on somebody in the family who's interested in your heritage or
Yeah.
people. And I tell you, and I talk to you about this from a knowledge of expertise. My father is constantly researching family
Right.
that he never knew, none of us ever knew, but like he can come up with the whole. He can tell, like he gets in the moment, that time in history, wherever he's researching on the family timeline and the family tree, and he gets deep into it.
Does he?
Yeah.
I wish I could get
There's
deep into
resources out there, but it takes a lot. You know, I have an aunt that does it also. She pays for resources. My father just does it through like public records and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. And he gets a lot deeper than what you can on Ancestry. But Ancestry.com, if you know a little bit, like it gives you hints.
Like I've always wanted to know where my roots come from, you know, like where in the world.
Well, you can do a DNA test if you want to give out your DNA.
Well, I mean, shit, they're already gonna know how much money I spent. They already know how much they're Mike. They're fixing to find out everything, Mike.
That 23andMe that was hot and popular, where you can send a swab out and then they send you back a report. A lot of people like were surprised because they were coming back with DNA from like sub-Saharan Africa, and they were like white people. But
There's
like,
white
I
people
had this
that-
conversation with a few people recently because I watched a documentary
right.
on Egyptian like the sarcophaguses,
Right.
like King Tut and stuff like that, the mummies, they kind of had red hair.
Would you call me?
And and the paintings of their whatever they are sarcophagus had them with red
That's
hair
tight.
also, and had them with blue eyes and stuff like that.
Right.
And now there's evidence to show that a lot of that part of the world was red hair, blonde, or blue eyed.
Huh.
You know, so and then they pinpointed other parts of the world where you wouldn't expect traces of white heritage, like deep in Asia there was a couple of white tribes.
Wow.
You know, I mean, it's all like
But then where do all these people
water,
come from?
Well, where'd they go? Their
Yeah, where
bloodline
they
dies
at?
off. I mean, they marry
Yeah, that's what I'm
out,
saying,
you
you
get
know, like-
modernized, and then the heritage is lost.
That's what I'm saying. Like after us, like after how many years or decades are we gonna be like,
When are we forgotten?
When have we forgotten?
Probably pretty much after your kids are gone.
Well, it depends
No.
on who knows you.
Well, not after my kids, but then what if I have grandkids?
Well, it depends on the impact you leave
And if
on
I'm
your
gonna-
kids.
Yeah.
Because if they're gonna talk and teach their kids based on
Right.
what they learned from their father, you're gonna be still alive in the moment.
Yeah, in the moment.
Now,
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes
now,
I get
if
thinking,
you're not
boy.
there to personally know them grandkids,
Yeah.
that
Then
it might
They
die
might-
out with that generation.
they
with
might
that
know
generation,
of you,
yeah.
but they're not gonna have like some
Well, they're not going to
memory.
teach their grandkids
Right.
about their grandfather's ways if they didn't really know.
Right.
So, it's interesting, though. You think about
Yeah,
that.
you
It's
think about
almost
it.
sad.
It is.
When you look at different cultures, like you said, it's made up, though, that where they put the dead people's pictures up one night a year and they cross over to come visit. What is it? They made a movie about it, but it's
Day of the
bullshit.
Dead?
Yeah, it's bullshit, right?
day after. Is that the day after Halloween or something?
I
no,
don't
it's
know.
like
Is it Cinco
it's
de
like in
Mayo?
November. No,
No,
Cinco de Mayo is coming up next month.
May 5th.
May 5th. I actually have to take those days off. Those days off. One of these days.
Yeah, I think
Fourth
it's the
and
day
fifth.
after Halloween, November 1st.
No,
I
I think it's in
never-
December 1st or November 2nd or 4th, somewhere around there. The Day of the Dead, and they have. Or you might be right, Vince.
I think it might be the day after Halloween.
Somewhere around there. Yeah. Anyways.
There's a movie, Coco. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, the movie's
Lots of
pretty cool.
colors.
Yeah.
There's another one called I can't think of it actually. It's a
El
little boy-
mariachi, yo, yeah,
It's
the
the little
mariachi
boy
guy.
that
What's
likes
his name?
to
Yeah,
play.
that likes to play the guitar.
Yeah, and it's
Um,
shunned upon. He has to
what
make
is his
shoes
name,
or
Mike?
something. Oh my kid, not Encanto.
Not in Encanto. Man, I've seen it. That's pretty good.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get back to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah, but it is a pretty good movie though. Vince, he like plays the guitar and
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's pretty good. Like he's kind of saying the story, the background story, pretty much says, go out for your dream. You know, if you want to do something, pretty much do it. You know, like his grandparents were telling him, no, you're not a musician. Our family, we're shoemakers, and that's all we're gonna do. Like, well, that's all ever we're gonna do, and stuff like that. And
Right.
he was like,
the book
but-
of life.
it's not the book of life. It's Coco. That's what it's called. It's Coco.
No.
Yeah, it is. It's called Coco, Mike.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So it's anyways,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I guess
yeah.
he says his grandfather, somebody told him that his grandfather, used to play the guitar and stuff like that. He's like, okay, so that's
World
where I get it
famous.
from, you know. I want to go out there. I want to play the guitar. And his family was like, no, this is what you're going to do. And that's it. And if we catch you out there, doing what you're not supposed to be doing, there's going to be a discipline or something like that. It's sort of the story, something like that.
Somehow he crossed over.
And he crossed over into the dead afterwards.
Yeah.
He met somebody or something that was already over on the other side of the dead. I don't know.
Right, and that he was trying to find his
Passion. or
great
whatever.
grandfather, who was still who he thought was his great grandfather, and it turns out this guy was an asshole. It wasn't his great grandfather, but the guy that's been helping him the whole time, who feuded with the guy, was his great grandfather, and it was because he didn't have the full picture. It's a cartoon
Animated.
It's a
Yeah, it's pretty
Disney
good.
movie,
Yeah,
but it's
Disney
pretty
movie.
good movie. I like it.
It is a good movie.
My kids liked it,
Yeah, they like it. It's pretty good.
but it's interesting the culture, and I don't know.
It is, but
if
yeah,
they
that's what I was
really
saying.
Celebrate it. Or not. I
Yeah,
don't know.
but yeah, that's what I was saying. It's just
You get forgotten sooner or later.
yeah, like when do you get forgotten? When do you people start forgetting about you?
I can tell you very little about I know a little bit about my great
Right.
grandfathers.
I can't tell you much about my great
I
grand.
know very little
Parents.
bit of my
I've met 'em.
grandfathers.
I remember them a little bit, but I can't.
So
tell
do you
much
guys
about
remember the
them.
other day that I told you guys I wasn't gonna go to work or whatever, and I spent the day with my mom?
Mhm.
Remember that? And I was fixing her things or whatever around the house and stuff like that. So that's why I like staying with her, because whenever she's like by herself or whatever and nobody around, like she'll open up
You learn
Right.
more about.
and you learn, and then you learn more about like your roots, and you learn
Right.
more about, because you don't even have to ask. They'll just start. At least my mom, she'll just start talking and be like, oh, da 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 da, and this and that and this and this and that. It's like, whoa, I didn't know that, or I didn't know this.
Learn about something about a family member.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. I like it. It's not bad.
I don't know if this will work or.
So yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
But it's all good,
Yeah,
though.
it's important though. You're there for as long as you can be.
Yeah.
Pass down what you think is going to carry the integrity of the name you're passing down with it.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
and hopefully, you just do the right thing. Sometimes you can't help. And that's just it. You got to hope for the best, I guess. Be the best dad you can. I started late. I don't know. Hopefully, I see grandkids. Hopefully my kids start young.
Yeah, I mean,
not too young. Though.
yeah, I mean, unless something happens, you
Yeah.
definitely should. I mean, you're only in your 40s.
Only in your 40s. That's pretty young. 40s is pretty young.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's had his first kid
Well,
late,
yeah.
but you're not. Definitely should see grandkids.
Yeah.
What age did you
You
have
never
your
know.
first kid at, Mike?
I think it was like 35 or something.
35?
Like that.
That's a pretty good
33.
age. So at my age right
No,
now,
I was like 33.
it's a pretty good age. You know, that's one of those things, like in my culture, the Hispanic culture, like as soon as you turn 18, like they expect you to get married and have kids and have your own
Most of
family.
my
and,
friends have.
and it's like,
Most of my
what's the-
friends already
what's
have
the rush,
grandkids.
man? What's the
Well,
rush? Y'all
I mean,
fucking live your life,
yeah.
man. Enjoy life.
Most
man.
of my friends I grew up with have
like
grandkids
shit.
already.
grandkids.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean, I look
I mean,
at them and that's
then
cool.
sometimes I do look at it and I'm like,
'Cause you
okay,
can
it's
enjoy
cool.
it
You can
longer.
enjoy it longer. But yeah, I mean,
Oh, God,
did you have a
dang.
teenage life? Did you have a life?
Right? I don't know.
I mean,
couldn't
I don't know
imagine
what's the best and what's not, but still, though, like it's just
43 right now.
What'd you say?
I'm
43 and me?
43 right now, and I can have most friends my age have grandkids.
And they're living their best life, probably going out or whatever,
Yeah,
I see them
probably
sometimes. I see
leaving
people.
their kids with me,
So-
like my generation, like
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. Like sometimes I see like people that I graduated with or whatever,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's
their
like
kids are grown.
fucking grown, man, and they're out
Yeah,
partying
it's
it
like
up and
they're-
having a good time, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
I gotta go get diapers still. I'm 43 years old. I wouldn't change it for the world though.
Oh, me either. Believe me, I want to change
I
it
wish
for
they'd
the
stay
fucking world.
the size
Bet.
they are forever.
What? Me too, man.
I miss
Sometimes-
having a baby too. It's crazy. I can't. We're not gonna have any more. But
Yeah. Didn't you say that after the second one?
no. We're definitely not. We're definitely not having any more. I mean, it's not a possibility unless like it fell out of the sky. But it's literally. Leo, on the other hand, I don't know.
Man, I'm down. Hit me up in the DM, man.
Jeez. Speaking of which, you seen Dylan Mulvaney? Did we
No.
already mention this?
Who?
The Bud Light, man. Bud Light.
Oh,
You drink
man.
Bud Light? You drink Anheuser-Busch?
I used to.
So listen, you got to be careful
Not
now
anymore.
because Bud Light is a big company now. Like they do a lot of things, not just the Bud Light beer. Now they can
Well,
be.
Bud Light is
Well,
Bud Light.
Anheuser-Busch is pretty huge.
Yeah.
It's owned by German or
They
Dutch
could be.
company
They
now.
could be these right here. And all of a sudden, we start walking out of here with high heels, and I'll be like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, like they're making people.
Like-
Well, I don't care about
Not even gonna
that. But
pretend like I
they're
can
giving
read
this guy
Yeah,
so
right.
much attention, man. This Dylan Mulvaney.
Get them
Like
drunk.
he's the dude
So-
that's had his campaign is hashtag normalize the bulge.
Isn't this
And
the
he
one?
dresses like a fucking woman.
Isn't this the one that ESPN voted Woman Athlete of the
Yeah,
Year?
something like that. Not athlete, but he's been named Woman of the Year for some
Something like
other
that.
shit like that.
Really?
And it's a dude, man,
It's.
who's had facial
sorry.
reconstruction, which is called facial feminization.
I'm sorry. That's a
He takes
slap in the
hormones.
face to women everywhere, in my opinion.
And he does these stupid videos
Woman
about
of the
how hard it is.
Woman
to-
of the Year, and it's
he
not
did
even
a video about hiking heels, and it was like, really? Women don't wear that out in the woods. Women don't act like that. Real women aren't parading around like a fool. Like real women are kind of offended.
Yeah.
They're not all for
You
this transgender dude
And
that's a performer.
You
Right.
see
He's been a
all these-
performer ever since he got in front of a camera, and he'll do anything for likes and
And you
clicks.
see in all these different sports, Olympics, college sports, that are being dominated right now by
Well, there's a lot of
transgenders.
places passing laws against it.
Well, good.
Yeah.
there's several athletes that refused to continue to compete because they're outraged. They're competing against men.
Yeah.
And the men are dominating the sport.
Yeah, and
So
it's
swimming,
yeah,
I
of
know,
course.
is one of them. Swimming's a big one. I think there's even some NCAA women's basketball teams that have benefited from having transsexuals on the team.
I don't know. They say it's like now everybody is sympathizing.
So this is a man,
Dylan Mulvaney.
Dylan Mulvaney.
Yeah, are you searching on him? Go on YouTube.
I'm looking at him right now.
Dylan Mulvaney.
I did a Google search.
He's paid a lot of money to look like a woman, and he's still got a bulge. He's still a dude, and he parades around like a freaking clown. He'll do it. He's like a Stormy Daniels. He'll do anything for clicks. I don't get it. Everybody's naming these women of the year this and women of the year that, and all these transgender people who are actually taken away from the women, the feminists. What happened to the feminist movement?
And that's my point in the whole thing. They're taken away from the real women, and they should be outraged.
Right.
But I think they fear the
They're
backlash.
pushing the real women aside.
They fear the backlash.
They call them the women plus or something like
for
that.
speaking up. There's some that are speaking up, but I don't feel like it's enough.
So how do you guys feel if a woman wants to be a man?
Whatever. But you shouldn't be competing in women's sports. You still have man muscle, a man body. You've got the man muscular build.
You're
be bigger. You're stronger.
Whatever you want to be. You can act like whatever you want to be.
I just don't think.
But I mean, there's one fact though. You were born with a certain amount of chromosomes, which determines male or female. Only certain insects and animals are born asexual who can change in a dire circumstance, but humans can't.
No,
humans can't do that. You can dress and be whoever you want to be, pretend, but at the end of the day, it's pretend. I mean, you might feel like a man, you might know you're a man, and I get that. I can't relate with it, but
my thing is,
at the end of the day,
my thing is
still born with so many X's.
So if I was a woman, this is just me speaking. I know people. If anybody fucking listens to us or anybody,
I'd feel threatened.
Where could they listen to us, real quick, Mike?
Spotify, Apple, Google, Stitcher, Pandora, iHeart, YouTube, Rumble, Twitter.
Damn, you did better than I would have. I'll just been like
they're everywhere. Just search for us.
Instagram.
Podcast.
So
you'll see either or logo. You know,
right. So I'm even going to look at the camera. So if I was a woman, this is just speaking for me. If you guys want to bash me, then I can go right ahead. I ain't even going.
Are you though, Leo? Are you?
No, I'm just saying. If I was a woman, I'd feel I'd feel some type of way. You know, because some women out there can't have kids. You know, some women can. And for a man to come in and say, "I'm a woman,"
yeah, I would feel threatened.
I'd feel some type of way. I'd be like, really? I'd be like, really? You're a woman. Yeah. You feel like a woman.
Well, I mean, here, look at it this way for the college athlete.
You know, like what a slap in the face to the woman. Like it's like
you have women that should be getting scholarships through the school that are not getting the scholarship because a man's getting it instead for a female sport.
That's not right.
They're getting the scholarship instead. So that woman that should have got it, sorry about your luck. Better luck with another college.
That's not right because I'm
going
to be stronger than a woman, maybe, in a sport that I know I'm going to be good at. I'm probably give a bigger. I mean, I don't know. Same thing goes with a woman. She's going to do a better job than me at whatever she does.
Yeah,
or whatever
it's
sport
that
is
nature,
for a woman.
Man. It's just nature. I don't know why there's got to be a big deal about it. I mean, I don't know why there's got to be. I mean, everything is. It's the polarization in the world today because there's either one extreme or the other, and there's something driving the division always, whether it be a single politician or global like movements. And that's what you see with the transgender movement right now.
But where did we come into point and for us to be like, it's okay? Who the hell was the fucking first person to be like, it's okay? Yeah, sure, why not?
That's the problem. One person, well, I mean, that's where it comes in. Like, there's tolerance first.
It's a far left movement.
There's like a resistance, then there's tolerance, then there's acceptance. And not for nothing, that's how women's rights came about, like the 19th Amendment. Some women are saying, well, fuck it, repeal it. No dudes. I'm not saying repeal it. I think you need more women involved in civil.
Yeah, I'm not
duties.
saying I don't
But
like
the
women. You know,
19th
I'm not
Amendment
saying
gave women the right to vote.
I'm not
and
saying
stuff
I'm.
like that,
I don't like women. I love women.
No, there's a.
You know,
they do some things better than men.
but I'm just saying, like, it's just like
Reproduce.
their body.
Like men can't
Right.
reproduce like
Yes.
a woman can.
Yes, that's where I was
Sorry.
gonna go. Like, women's body, there is no other body like the woman's body.
No, you can put all kinds of money into it, but at the end of the day, you still can't.
You still can't grow. You still can't
Like,
grow
it's
another
still
human
a
being
dude, man.
inside of you.
It's still a dude.
You know, you can't grow a human
And he's
being.
a grifter, anyways.
Yeah.
He's just, you know.
I don't know. It's
He's a
just.
grifter.
I feel bad for the women and men.
Yeah.
You know, why just keep it gay? Just be gay. I like women. Period. And I'm a woman. I'm a man, and I like men.
for
Just
some
be
reason,
man. You know, just
and I think
it
this is
what
where
it
the
is. Like,
division
it's okay.
inflamed is this this crazy fad with the freaking drag queens doing storybook time with kids. For some reason, the transgender community took up the flag in the fight for this, and I don't think it's a fight they wanted.
Do you
though.
think that
Like,
started
I don't think
out
that was intentional.
But do you think that started out as like being comedian and being funny?
I don't know
and
what
being
the
stuff
hell
like
it
that.
was, man. But it got inflamed, and then it got
Because
encouraged. and it's still going on.
Believe me,
Still going on.
I've seen some of
the
this shit.
shit. Either,
So listen,
so
listen.
So why would the transgender?
So to
community-
me,
because the drag queens are different. They're not trans. I mean, they might not.
No,
even
drag
be
queens are
transgender.
different.
They're performers. They're clowns
That,
with a sexual intent behind.
like
it.
that's what I'm saying. Like whenever I see something
Flamboyant.
like that, like what are they called? Like drag queens and stuff like that. Like to me is like a comedian. To me is like a show. Like you're putting a show. You know what I'm saying?
They're performers.
Like-
Yes,
Like it's just
and that's what.
like
And they're at
So
one
that's what
point, drag queen shows were actually entertaining, but they weren't for kids.
right.
You know, like there used to be a
Well,
comedian like
what-
that one.
like, I
that
wouldn't
one-
mind
What
go-
was Rocky
so-
the horror?
Yeah, Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
I've never really been to one in person.
I have.
that I can remember.
I have.
But yeah, there used to be. I don't know how it is now, but it's been around for a long time.
Right.
But there
And
used to be a
man. It's
raunchy
pretty
comedic
cool, man. It's like
aftertone
not,
to it.
and it's
you know?
like me as a straight person, you know, like I said, holla at me. I'm a DM for you guys. To me, I look at it. It's a show that's going on. You know, I'm giving a show. Like I paid for a show. Like they're putting up a show. Like it's not like this is your normal thing. You know what I'm? Do you see what I'm saying? Though,
Yeah.
Vince? Like it's
Yeah.
like Spider-Man. Okay, Spider-Man. I'm watching Spider-Man,
Um,
and he's on.
they
He's on
They go to
putting his
work.
performance. You know,
They go to work at like a normal person,
right,
like me and you.
right, and they got
And
a
then-
costume on. They
and
put
then
it on
after-
and they put it
af-
off.
After they get off work, yeah, they put a costume
Yeah.
on, and
It's like
you
a
know,
uniform. This is my uniform for the play.
that's
You know,
that's different. Whereas,
but then some people took it
whereas
to the extreme
generally
as
a
like
transsexual,
this is what I want to do though.
It's something that they
see
are
what I'm
all the
saying?
time.
I don't know. I don't mind the people. They have rights too. You know.
They do. They do.
I
I'm
just
not saying they don't.
The drag thing with the kids, I don't think is normal.
Yeah,
And I think normal should be a good thing. You shouldn't feel bad to say, "Oh, this ain't normal."
Yeah.
I mean, normal isn't really that great either. But you know, I mean, I think the shit with the little kids, man. Little kids don't belong in
I
the
know.
same room.
No, they
Same
don't.
with the books in the schools. The books don't belong in freaking schools, man. There should be no fighting about it. Somebody said something to me today about it, and they obviously didn't know how strong I felt about it. Maybe they did. I don't know. But I definitely came back and I was like, you know, I think anybody who openly opposes removing these books from the school should have to register every time they move as a sexual predator because they don't belong around kids to begin with. There's just no reason why this kind of stuff should be around a kid to begin at all.
Like that one book
Period.
that we've talked about this once before.
Now there's a
the
version of Anne Frank that was removed. I don't know the
Yeah.
details behind.
There was
that.
the one on there where they're in the book in the schools detailing. It's very detailed in describing getting raped. Why does a kid like 5, 6, 7 years
Like-
old need to read that?
detailed,
Why? Like there's
Detailed.
no
like
No,
emotion
right.
and feeling and sensation,
like to the point
to
where
the
Mike,
detail.
when you read it to me, it scarred me.
Yes.
I'm fucking 40 years
Who
old.
wrote these books?
They probably. I'm not sure. Some of authors have lived it. you know, and it's their like
Yeah,
story.
that's what I was
but
gonna say. Like, have some of these authors have lived it?
Some of it's fake, also. Like it's fiction, not fake, but because
Right.
it's real, like they wrote it. But it's just like graphic details. You wouldn't want your
No.
I don't want to. I don't want to read it.
You wouldn't want your 16 or 17-year-old reading it. I
No,
want my 18 or 20-year-old.
especially a
reading it.
middle schooler.
I felt bad when that Jennifer Pippin from Moms for Liberty was reading it. Made me feel dirty. It's gross. It doesn't belong in a school.
No,
Why would it be in a school? And why would you argue that it should be? It's not banning. It's just removing it. Go get the book anywhere else. If you want to do that with your kid, that's fine. I think you're crazy. Maybe you shouldn't have your kids. Borderline, maybe you should have an investigation into your kids. And you know, maybe you shouldn't have them. But like they take them away from Megan Walsh. These people want to put porn, want to teach their kids about juicy details of rape and stuff like that, like nasty stuff. I don't understand. I don't understand the attraction of fighting for it.
I
either.
can tell you,
No reason for school.
not that
Bad.
not that too many
Right.
people get a newspaper anymore. But do you think they would put that kind of detail about somebody getting raped in the newspaper?
No, they tried to read these things
They'll
off.
tell you about it, but they
No,
ain't gonna
they
put that kind
actually-
of detail in there for people to read.
These people from Moms for Liberty and other organizations have tried to read these things in school board meetings, and they got shut down. And they
Right.
got shut down because all these meetings have to be streamed, and their streamed
It's
would have been shut
inappropriate.
down because it's inappropriate
for
language,
adults,
it's
to listen
graphic
to.
nudity, not appropriate for
Because
children.
kids aren't listening to that.
Right. The feed
So
would
it's
get
too
shut down
graphic
by
for the
supplier,
adults
yeah.
that are going to be listening.
Right. So
But
if you
let's
can't
let the
read it
kids
in
in
a
the
public
school
forum,
read it.
it doesn't definitely belong in the school. You're right. I think it's crazy.
Most people reading that
Sexual
form are older
predators.
than us.
Sexual predators. That's what they are. Why would you want these kids to be desensitized towards that type of nature? Like I explain, we teach our kids about good and bad, good and evil, and the difference, you know, and bad people exist and stuff like that. Monsters don't. Or monsters could be bad people, but you know.
But the way you're saying it, that's the way you teach
But-
them for
right.
a reason.
Right, and
At
you
that age.
teach them you don't keep secrets from mommy and daddy. Nobody tells you to keep a secret from mommy and daddy. That's the most important rule. And if they do, immediately you tell mommy and
Anybody
daddy.
touches you, you tell mommy and
Well,
daddy.
definitely, yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff. But you don't want them.
Right. So, like, we want to be able to control what they're exposed to, and I want to narrate that conversation. So, if there was a little girl or a little boy and girl that were killed by a crazy father or something like that, and they're going to find out about it, I'd like to be the one
Right.
to tell them
You
about
can
it.
put it to
It's
them
up to me how I lead
You
my
can
kids
break it to them
into
the way you
the
want
psychology of a madman and
to. Right.
why their friend isn't going to be at school or something like that. You know, it's but you don't want to depend on the government, which is a school, to raise your kids. They're not there for that to begin with. It's bad enough we have to put a psychologist in every school or a cop in every school. They're not there to do that.
No, they're there to teach them how to read, write, math.
Yeah. Yeah, teach them the arithmetic.
Get ready for work.
If you can, teach them the arithmetics. If you can, teach them a trade. Offer like
That's what they should
7
have. Is a
different trades,
fucking
man. Bring back shop class. Bring
Yeah,
back
big-
automotive. Down here, I never knew it. Down here in Florida, like they,
Man, we had all
depending
that
on the
shit.
school, you might
used
be.
to have a carpentry,
your school might
carpentry class that's
specialize in
gone.
aviation. Like we're one of the schools building airplanes or some shit like that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
some
Vero
badass
Vero
fucking
Beach with Piper. You'd think our
Yeah,
high
but
school would
wasn't
have
there-
something.
Yeah, but there was one of them that their vocational was like aeronautics or something
Yeah.
like that. But
We used to
they
have a
don't do that
carpentry
anymore.
class. I don't
Could
think
you
they have
imagine
that
how
anymore.
much? Could you imagine
I
how
think
much
the
the?
agriculture class is gone too now?
Could you imagine how much the unemployment rate would go, or like come down? Because there were people who have trades, man.
Yeah,
Learn
Some of these
something.
people don't know shit, man,
Yeah.
because they don't teach them shit.
I can
in
tell
school,
you,
man.
a lot of my friends that were in
Not
the
just
carpentry
math
class
and English and fucking.
went into that field when they they got out of school, and it was a decent field, paid pretty good,
And,
hard
and,
work.
and
but
I'm saying this for an experience. Not everybody's good with math. Not everybody's good with reading. Not
Right.
everybody's good with that shit.
some of them are good with a hammer.
But hey, put something in my fucking hand. I'll tell you this because of me. Put something in my hand and I can take care of it. You know?
I can get by, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
I've done
you
it.
know. But
Get out.
But
too.
some of these kids, they don't know anything because it's like they need this stuff in school. You know, I had it. We had it when I was still in high school. You know, well, not really like trade, but like what were they called, Mike?
Vocational.
Yeah, like
trade
a
class.
vocational
Yeah, yeah,
class or whatever.
yeah.
you
Shop
know?
class.
Yeah,
automotive.
Yeah, stuff
there's
like that. You know,
different,
like we had that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We used to even
They
have
need
like
to
a
bring it
culinary
back.
class. I don't
Yeah.
even, I don't think.
Yeah,
they had that
I
shit.
remember home economics up in Connecticut.
Yeah.
I remember shop class. We in graphic arts down here when I first came down here in the late 90s. Was
Yeah.
it late 90s?
Damn.
No, it was early 90s. Yeah, I think it was early 90s.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's they need to bring back
they do.
trade. We went way over on this half of the episode, so it's going to be a good one. But we'll be back next week. We'll figure out what day. And like usual, we'll get this up on YouTube and Rumble as soon as possible, and then Spotify, and then from there, once it gets on Spotify, it'll go out to Apple, Google, iHeart, Pandora, Stitcher, all those other good ones. Make sure you give us a like and a follow, though. Definitely catch up with us on YouTube and Rumble.
Yeah,
Everybody goes on YouTube.
definitely YouTube.
So look
check us out
up,
on
give
YouTube
us a
videos.
like and
Give
a
us a like.
subscribe. And,
Who we are and
You
stuff
should
like
check out Rumble. I kind of like the platform. I kind of like.
But don't forget who we are.
Yeah.
We are
Tell
to
your,
the point.
Tell your great grandkids.
Yeah, we are to the point.
Right.
So, all right, guys.
All
Well, we'll talk to you guys next week. If anybody want to come on the show and sit down and have a conversation with us, don't be afraid to reach out to us. I'm always saying hit me up in the DM, but no, for real, hit me up. And we'll see what we could get going for you guys here. You know, if you guys want to pop in or
You got something to say?
either just something to say or whatever. If you don't want to be on camera, if you just want your voice to be put out there, we could edit your voice a little bit. You know, if we could do that. Big shout out to Mike. He's our tech guy. Yeah, we didn't have anything
I
new
just have
today.
a hobby.
He just has a hobby,
Oh,
an
man.
expensive hobby.
Leo, you gave him credit. He forgot to hit record.
Yeah, we ain't been recording all the time.
So, but anyways, we'll talk to you guys next week. Like I said again, give us a like, give us a follow, give us a share. Definitely a share.
yeah, you can find us on all the Facebook, Instagram, Truth, Twitter.
YouTube, Twitter,
Yeah,
Boomerang,
That's
or
about
what
it.
was the
No,
last
I
one you
ain't
called?
No boomerang.
What was the
I
thing?
don't know what the hell you're coming up with. Boomerang.
Rumble.
Rumble. Yeah.
Rumble.
Yeah, Twitter is at tothepoint.com, and the rest is like to the point podcast. You'll know by our logo, which is probably going to change a little bit, but it's still going to be recognizable. But so,
Alrighty, guys.
peace out.
We'll see you guys later.
Later.